Hello, and welcome to our new LISI podcast, Short and Clear, a special moment to talk with our teams about our latest news and topics that are important to us. I welcome our guest of the day, Emmanuel Neildez, CEO of LISI AEROSPACE. We are going to talk leadership, and we start right away with the first question. What was your very first job?
I started as manufacturing engineer in Sommer Alibert company, at this time an automotive Tier 1. Some days after starting, I was dropped in a plant in north of England in the middle of a major ramp-up crisis. The car was the Rover 75. As a young engineer fresh from school, I had no experience. I was not knowing a lot. Plus, I understood one word out of three. It was in the north of England with a very thick accent. So I think I did not help at all, but I learned a lot in a very, very few months.
What was your first job at LISI?
I started in LISI AEROSPACE in October 2007 as a strategic director, mostly in charge of the strategic plan for the division. Few months later, I was absorbed in one of the major quality crises experienced by the group, the ASNA 2531 cracks. It was really shaky, and again, I learned a lot in a very few weeks.
Let's talk real now. Do we have to be the boss to be a leader? Great question.
Definitely. Obviously not. I would even say that you first have to be a leader before being a boss. But more seriously, being a leader for me is not a question of position or hierarchy. You have people who have a tremendous influence on others in the organization, including on their boss, without being head of department or having an organization reporting to them. And they are the genuine leaders. In each company, they are contributing to the success as much as the directors or the top management, and they are indispensable for a company.
What does it mean to have leadership?
For me, leadership is about influence and impact. It is what mobilizes people and team to do their best within the company's culture. To give an example, the DNA of LISI AEROSPACE is a spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship. And we would like to see these values in each of our employees. This can only be transmitted through exemplarity, guidance, active listening, and exchange with the people. That is the influence. And if we are successful to convince, that will translate into actions and impact our performances and impact the future of the company. That is leadership. Now, leadership without a vision is leading to nowhere. Therefore, for me, it is absolutely key to establish a vision, share and explain it to the point where all the organization is aligned.
We arrive at the last question of the podcast. Have you ever experienced a managerial exchange situation where you said to yourself, I would have acted differently?
Of course, and not once. Especially when under stress and tired. In such circumstances, it is very easy to get distracted from your managerial tasks and lose the focus on some key behaviors as listening to the people, pondering before taking decisions, or giving opinion. For instance, someone comes to see you for guidance on specific matters on how to handle an issue. Rather than helping and thinking together, it's easy to jump on solutions, grab the subject, and take yourself actions. Very often, it gives poor management results. The person in front of you feels disempowered and depreciated. So personally, I try to force myself to first manage my stress or my tiredness before acting and before getting into the relationship. with the people. For me, leadership is influence. Without influence, leadership is more dictatorship than anything else. I didn't find any fictive leaders that inspired me because I'd rather get interested in real people in the past or at present time. So I would choose Gandhi. He had a vision, he had influence to the point he led the people to resist peacefully and in an organized way to an empire, and he had impact.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel, for taking part in our podcast Short and Clear, to share with us your vision of leadership. Thank you for being with us, and stay tuned for our next podcast.